Today, I want to record the very last video lecture for our data mining class. As I discussed earlier, this is the material for April 16th. Next Tuesday, we will have group meeting. And then on the next Thursday, I will give you the final exam questions, which you will have the time to do until April 28th. Submitted by midnight, and you will also have your final report, research report, due on the 30th, and that concludes the whole semester. So today, instead of talking about new algorithms, I want to discuss the accomplishments that we have done throughout the whole semester. So let's take a look at what we have learned in this semester. In the beginning of the semester, we talk about data preprocessing, and then we discuss what is data warehouse to provide a great data storage service to generate meaningful data. And then we start talking about the algorithms about the data mining. Since data mining is meant to deal with large amount of data, most of the algorithms are pretty straightforward. It's not too complicated, and you should have a very good understanding at this stage. There are three major categories of the data mining algorithms, starting from classification, association rules, as well as clustering. So in classification, we discuss about the decision trees. We talk about knife base. We talk about k-nearest neighbor. And there are two teams of our researchers who are actually working on knife base as well as k-nearest neighbors. One more team is working on association classification, which is a variation of association rules. And then we talk about SVM. The class I provided to you guys was how to use a SVM package to really execute the SVM. And then we move on to association rules. So we spend quite a few amount of time talking about the basic association rules that with the discussion of support and confidence. We discuss about multi-level of the association rules as well. And then how do we modify association rules into association classification? There is one algorithm that I wanted to discuss with you guys, but I ran out of time, which is about the positional association rules, which using the idea of the association rules, but it can add the space. The space can be considered as time, as distance, as whatever things that's necessary that can be combined with the concept of the association rule to form what we call the position association rules. The same thing with the clustering. We talk about k-means clustering, hierarchical clustering. How do we combine the two clusterings together? We also discuss about the fuzzy logic as well as the fuzzy C-means. Same thing, there's another two clustering algorithms I wanted to talk with you guys, but I ran out of time. One is called dbScan. The other one is a very interesting one called bi-clustering. In my mind, these are all very interesting topics can be included. So if you have noticed, in the next semester, I actually offer a 6,000 level course for graduate students. And therefore, if you are graduate or master students and interested in taking the next level of data mining, which is what we call applied data mining. In that class, we will be able to cover all of these algorithms that I wanted to talk with you guys, plus look into some additional more complicated algorithms, as well as discuss some different domain knowledges in data science. Those will include, of course, informatics, and we will talk about the topics in cybersecurity. We will also have a deeper looking into the bioinformatics part of it. And you will also need to search and look for some interesting topics that can be discussed. And actually, it's going to be a very interesting class. I taught that class in the last fall semester, and we look into many different aspects. Some of them looking into the property tax problems. Some of them look into medical field. So many different things can be discussed, and it's actually going to be a pretty interesting class. And I really want to make that class as a real 6,000 level course, so that we can have some further researches that we can do. And of course, after all those topics are discussed, on top of it, we also discuss about the research, so that each team is working on some research topic. In the research topics, we talk about the domain knowledge, which is about why as an example, and you can see that can be adapted into many different things, and that's majorly what the next class want to discuss about. Based on domain knowledge, we retrieve some interesting data. So you have the opportunity to work on real world data. And of course, there are a lot of restrictions, a lot of things that you need to take care of. We discuss how do we evaluate the results, including the Confucius metrics. So we need to talk about true positive, false positive, true negative, false negative to calculate accuracy, precision, recall, F-score, etc. We also learn how to do cross-validation. We know that when we write a program, which is the one I insist you guys to do, there's quite a few different parameters that need to set up. How to set up a parameter is actually a very interesting topic. Finally, the paper writing part. So you can see throughout the whole semester, we actually accomplished many things. And I really hope you enjoy this class as much as I do. Every time I teach data mining class, I feel different. This is the class I proposed to the department when I joined to UCA in 2009, and I've been teaching this course since then. It feels like my baby, and I would really want to share my experiences, especially research experiences, with you guys. So this video or this lecture is pretty short. The major thing I want you guys to do is catch up all the materials, make sure you watch all of them, work with your team members, and try to produce some good results so that you can report those in your final report. That will be all for the class today. Hopefully see you guys on next Tuesday.